What's up, cousins? It's day 8 of Financial Literacy Month. Yes, I know I missed 4, 5, 6, and 7. But to make it up to y'all, I'm gonna give you 5 things that going to music festivals every year taught me about money. I was done at Dreamville Festival this weekend, and I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, financial literacy was the last thing on my mind. Let's get into it. Number 1, happiness needs a budget. After going to Made in America for the first time, I knew that I was hooked, and going to music festivals was something that I wanted to continue doing. So I always made sure that whatever festival I had coming up next was a line item in my budget. I planned for Dreamville. I actually started planning after last year's Dreamville. Everything from my tickets to the travel to the hotel, food, any outside activities I wanted to do, all that stuff was pre-planned and priced out so that I knew how much money I was going to need for this trip well in advance. There's nothing worse than being somewhere fun and you can't even really enjoy yourself because you stressed out about money. But doing all that planning and stuff well before the trip allows me to have fun and relax knowing that everything's taken care of already. I think the bar from this lesson should be that fun is just as important as your rent is, so it needs its own line item. Treat it like a bill and pay it with intention and not just, well, I guess if I got money left over. Number 2, a plan beats a flex every single time. You don't know how many times I've seen people come to these music festivals and wanting to keep up with the Joneses or do what everybody else is doing, knowing they can't afford it. So now they look like they're having a good time. They got the outfit, they got the VIP wristbands and all that stuff, but their face is just screaming they're not having a good time at all. Your plan should revolve around the things that you enjoy, not what everybody else enjoys and you just don't want to miss out. The bar from this lesson should be that a flex with no plan is just expensive insecurity. Number 3, and this one is so important to me, comfort costs, but so does chaos. My very first music festival was Made in America in Philly, and it was the year that Justin Bieber was headlining, and the crowd was fucking crazy in general admission. People were pushing and shoving, and it was just, I just never want to experience nothing like that again. So after that festival, I made it a thing that I would only get a VIP ticket from now on. It's a little bit more space, the bathrooms are really nice, the food lines are shorter, there's more places for you to kind of lounge around in the shade, and that goes for every single music festival I've been to. I have no problem paying extra for comfort. That includes my hotel, my food experiences, how I travel, all of that. But I've done the struggle version of a music festival and I will never go back to that. And there's nothing wrong with that because I can afford to do so. I think the bar for this lesson is that sometimes the splurge is self-care. Budgeting isn't supposed to be about restriction, it's supposed to be about alignment. And I feel more aligned when I'm in VIP. Number 4 is your spending will snitch on your priorities so quick. I hear this often as a financial counselor, but people will go on these trips and then when they spent all this money and they didn't hesitate to spend it then, but then when they come home and it's something that a bill or a debt that they could be paying down quicker, they're a little bit more hesitant to spend that money. That's because your priorities ain't as straight as you thought they were. What you say and what you do are 2 different things, and until you get those things into alignment, your money will still be out of alignment. I think the bar from this lesson is that your money already knows what you value. It's just waiting on you to pay attention. Number 5, and this is probably one of the most important ones, budget for who you are, not for who you pretend to be. There are people out there who are in secret competition with their friends. They know they don't have the same financial capabilities as their friends, but they budget like their friend because they want to be perceived as being on the same level as that friend. They don't want to seem like they're doing worse off than that friend. But if that's your friend, they're not going to care what financial situation you're in. That's not what they're friends with you for. And if it does impact your friendship, you don't need them kind of people around you anyway. The bar for this lesson is you'll always be broke if you're budgeting for a lifestyle you don't live. All right, so we even Steven now. We're all caught up. You can either continue the conversation in my Discord channel or I'll see y'all tomorrow for day 9.